Welcome to project 15A, and in this project we're going to learn how to take something and make a flat pattern out of it. Now what we're going to do first is on this one is we're dealing with, this is going to be like a can, something that's round with a top and bottom on it. And I'll show you how to do all the steps, but first what I'd like for you to do is to get into your reading. And on page 346, now this is what I attached, weekly task list, and I want you to open this up. There's several different pages to this, and I want you to read all of them because it's very helpful with this. But now our first project is going to deal with this little cylinder, and it's real simple. Like, this is the can, this is the top, this is the front side of it, and over here we're going to and for the right side we're going to do a stretch out. And when I do this in class, typically I always took and let the students print this out just so that they can actually make be able to roll it up and make it work, and to see it actually turn into a can. And it's pretty neat, but you can still do this wherever you're at if you have a printer. And let me show you how this is done. Only thing you're doing on this, and you can see how they've got this thing sectioned off around through here, and this will come in to more play as we go on, do some more complicated things. But all you're doing is taking your diameter and timesing it by pi, and that gives you your circumference. So you're wanting to know what the exact length of this circumference is all the way around here, and that's what gives you your stretch out. And so it's circumference equals diameter times 3.1416, which is pi. It gives you this length, and you're able to find that stretch out. Now if you look up here, if you break this thing up, like they got 1, 2, 3, you'll see here they've got broke up 1, 2, 3. All you have to do to get that is, again, get your circumference in here, get your height with your circumference, you get your stretch out, and we're starting here at 1, 2, 3. We've got it broke up. How many times you break it up here is how many times you're going to break it up down here. And this one they've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They got it broke up 12 times, so if you count these 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, they got it broke up 12 times as well. And that's what you're getting these lines. It's just matching up with these. If you come over, done your 45-degree miter line, you can come over and it's going to hit those points, is all that means. So I'm going to go here and draw this up for you. Again, this is my little can, a little cylinder, and real quick I'm going to find what my diameter is of this. It's 3-inch diameter. And if you want to know the circumference, of course there's the formula, diameter times pi, but you can also look in your properties, and it should have it in here as well. Got to choose it first. You come down here and there's circumference 9.4248. And if I were to go into a calculator and done the little formula, 3 diameter, of course, times pi, which is 3.1416, 9.4248, and that's exactly what you have on the circumference here. So you can do it with a calculator, but if you're in CAD, you can just use technology, use what you got. And I'd swing over here, take off about right there, and come on. I'd bring it down here first. I'd open up my circumference here, look at that. Use me an offset of 9.4248. Enter. I didn't mean to do that one. Offset, and it should still be, the number still should be in there. Grab that, and then again right there is your stretch out. Alright, I'm going to do an array on this. modify tools. Here's my arrays. Polar array, I'll grab that. Grab the center of this, and this is 6 times. That's fine with me. And so you got 6 points coming around through here, and you can label them however you want, 1, 2, 3, 4, as long as you keep up with it. And now I'll come down here as well. Now, providing if you make this one number 1, it comes down to right there. So this right here would be number 1, 2, 3, 4. This would be number 4 over here. Okay. So of course, if you do it in that order, and I'm just going to put me a text on here real quick and call this one number 1. That one's number 1. Of course, we come on around through here. This would be number 2. That would be number 3, number 4, and so on, all the way 5 and 6. So this one will be number 2. This one will be number 3, and this one will be number 4. And I just want to show you that this line straight down here, right here, is the same as number 1 right there. Okay, when it projects down. Also 4, when you project it down, it's going to be on this side. Okay, so when this thing rolls over to the right side view, number 1 is going to be right here. Okay, so again, this will start out with number 1 right at this point right there. Now we just got to come in here and divide this thing up. The best way to divide a line is honestly is come up here to what you call format, show menu bar, go to format, go to point style. I'll choose one of these points. I'll use this right here, be fine. Set absolute to screen at 0.125. Okay on that. Now what I want to do is I'm just going to test it, and that's what my point looks like. It looks pretty good, doesn't it? Alright, delete that off, and then I want to come back to draw, and there's a divide tool on here. And right there it is. Just click on it, come down and click your line you want to divide, right click to enter. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to put the number of segments. I'm going to have 6 segments. Enter. And of course there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So click on this. I want to do a copy. Grab it. Bring it down here. This would be number 2. This one would be number 3. Of course this would be number 4 over here, and so on. And you're starting to get the idea of how it works at this point. And it'll go all the way down here to 5 and 6. And this right here follows. If you were to come over here and do a miter line, you'd be able to easily get these to mesh right up where you want to be at. They'll fall right exactly where you need them. And then you could bring these down here too. The line right here would be number 2 and 3 right there, and so on. Also, come over here, and we gotta have a way to seam this thing up. So I'm just going to mirror that, catch the center of it, mirror that in, bring that down here. I'll get rid of this line, and I'll just make one solid line out of it. That way we don't have any duplicates. There's my seam. That way I can take and glue it together, or however they seam these cans up with. And now also I want to take this right here, just like that, do a copy, because I need a top of my lid, and I want to come in here and I want to put it right at number, I can put it at number 1, or I can put it right in the center. I'm just going to put it right at number 4. And that would be right, should be pretty close to the center of it. And of course, to seam this one up, you're going to have things that's kind of, and you can read it, this is in your book, how to seam things, but I want to put something on there similar to I'm just going to guesstimate on this one. I'll put me a straight line in here, and I'll just mirror that across. Enter. Probably been better off if I'd done this. Line, went from the center of it, shot me a line straight up. Put me a line in, something like that. Down to somewhere in there. Trim. And then just done a mirror on that. Enter. Trim all this up. And then just take that, and that's going to be what seals the deal for me. Grab this and then do a array. Catch the center of this, and items, let's put in there about 100 of them. See what that looks like. Way too many. Let's do 98. I mean 90. Getting closer. And we're just doing a guessing game right now. 60. Oh, we're getting closer. 70. That looks pretty good. Then you can kind of fine tune it to get them exactly what you want. 75 looks pretty good. And that way at this point, all you're going to do is take in, this would be what's going to fold into it, and you're going to glue those little seams on, and you'll see that in your book. So I'll grab this whole thing, and then I'll do a copy. Come up here. Actually, I'm just going to take and mirror this. Get you right in the dead center. Bring it over. That way, there's my little seams, and should be right on that arc right there, on that radius. Now, when you you were to print this off of a piece of paper, all you have to do is take and cut this out. And of course, these would be pretty tough to cut out, but you can make them, more coarse than what I did. And you can put a little glue on that, glue on your seam, and roll those up, and you'll have a perfect little can.